click Window World now for your free, no obligation, in-home estimate. Window World, simply the best for less.
2 goats were found on subway tracks in New York City yesterday. Comedian Jon Stewart assisted the rescue and is now helping them find a forever home. 12 News reporter Grace Gagnon takes us there.
I'm sure the subway is pretty loud. There are people trying to chase them and capture them. So I'm sure it was a pretty terrifying situation for them.
2 goats were found roaming subway tracks in Brooklyn, New York. Thanks to Jon Stewart, these goats' forever home will be at a farm sanctuary in Watkins Glen, a place Stewart is a strong supporter of. Before the goats arrive to their new home, they have some recovering to do at Cornell.
One is really, really sick, and it's not uncommon when they're coming from pretty hideous conditions, and then the tranquilizers can also make them sick.
Hess says the police chased the goats for 2 hours and then had to tranquilize them. Once they were captured, Stewart took matters into his own hands. Soon, these goats will live a full life on this farm. Once they are healthy, the 2 rescued goats will be able to roam freely here with other goats like Olive.
We make sure that they're fed properly, that they have adequate health care, but beyond that, we make sure that their environment is enriching and they get to do the things that that sort of animal should do. So goats should be able to graze and browse and play, and so we make sure that they can do all those things here. Chickens should be...
There are more than 700 farm animals at the sanctuary. Hess says this isolated situation represents a bigger picture.
They represent so many more animals than just 2 goats, because there are so many animals in New York City at all times who would escape if they could and don't want to kind of face what awaits them at a live market.
Hess says she can't wait for these 2 goats to come to their new home.
I'm just excited to see who they are, because all of these animals are different, so it's interesting to see what their personality is like, and then it's also really rewarding to see how they sort of transform once they realize they're safe.
In Watkins Glen,
I love you too.
Grace Gagnon, 12 News.
Depending on what type of medical attention these goats may need, whether it's antibiotics or even surgery, sanctuary staff are unsure when they will be able to come home. The New York State Fair unveiled this